The one negative thing about cutting your own hair is that because I did a shitty job, it really makes my forehead look really big, and it's something that I can always seem to notice in this little rectangle how big my forehead is. I mean, look at that. My forehead is ginormous. Anyways, I have a video linked down below that I'd like you guys to watch. I almost want to just make a video on the topic itself, but it's a complicated thing, and I'm not really good with making videos on complicated scientific, medical videos, but it's in regards to dyslexia. For those of you who don't know, I am very, very, very dyslexic, and I'm explaining this to you guys because I need help with something that I don't really know how to cope with. This is something that I do mentally to myself, and this is kind of like a personal thing. I don't really make lots of these types of videos personal about myself, but I wanted just to get it out there. I mentally abuse myself. I mean that. I mentally abuse myself. And what I mean by this is that constantly I think these thoughts, such as, I'm stupid. That's probably the number one thing that I think almost every single day is, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I can't say things properly. I have a speech impairment, which I've struggled since as long as I can remember, that for the most part I've come to cope with understanding how my speech issues, and I've dealt with a lot of it. But for example, yesterday I made a speech error. I said, when I mentioned anaconda, I said anaconda with the D, A-N-D, aconda, instead of anaconda, A-A-N-N, aconda, versus anaconda. It's simple things like that with a speech impairment that when I was younger, it was far worse. Like, I couldn't even say the word fault. My parents still make fun of me for this. When I would say the word, it's not my fault, I would say, it's not my fart, fart. I could not pronounce the U in fault. I can now. I had a huge issue growing up saying the word civil, lawsuit, civil. I would say silver. For the life of me, I mean, it took months for me to be able to actually pronounce the word civil correctly. And it was so aggravating growing up in my childhood, not being able to pronounce words, and especially being made fun of my mispronunciation of words. And it wasn't something that I could help or control. And due to my pronunciations, and due to dyslexia, I feel stupid. Now, I realize that how we feel about ourselves is not necessarily a true reflection of how we actually are. I know people outside who watch me on YouTube, or people who know me, would never call me stupid. They know that I care about dialogue, I care about discussion and making people think about different things. That's what I strive. I love doing that. I love educating people on different things. But at the same time, despite me having an audience on YouTube, despite me having people who listen to me, I still feel stupid, and I mentally tear myself and mentally criticize myself to the point that I am my own inner critic, to the point that I become sad and I become upset. I become unhappy with myself because I constantly abuse myself by telling myself that I'm stupid. And I don't know how to get out of this mindset. I genuinely don't. And it's damaging for me and my future friendships and relationships that I go into, because people can give me a compliment, but then I think to myself, oh, that's really not true. Maybe it stems from me having a low self-esteem, and I realize I don't present myself that way, but how I present myself in content in front of a camera is a persona. It really is. I'm a very, very, very... I don't... I usually don't talk to people unless they talk to me first. That's the type of person I am. I'm very shy in real life. I'm very... I don't debate people. Like, if I disagree with someone, I don't go out and try to fight them or anything. Unless people instigate things with me, I normally don't respond. I'm a very timid, relaxed person in my day-to-day life. But I'm stuck, and I need help. I'm not going to go back to therapy for several sessions and ask, how do I deal with this mental abuse that I keep bashing myself for because of my dyslexia and speech impairment? And maybe you guys think this is a minor thing that I'm criticizing myself for, but it's more than just criticism. It's mental abuse that I am inflicting on myself that I don't know how to deal with. And any advice, any help would be awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Peace the rip out.